All right, man. So y'all know if y'all been rocking with us for a while, we always end the night off with a great little fair or foul situation. So fair or foul, going on a solo trip while married, fair or foul? I'll start fair.
About the fairest thing you could do.
Man, I used to say foul, but that's fair, bro. You need that sometimes.
Asia, what you thinking?
I think I think it's fair. But I had a conversation and it was shown that it was very much foul. So it made me think about like it was like, oh, you we together, but you thinking about solo trips, you thinking about solo things. It's like
Yeah.
I get that, right? So for me it's fair, but I can understand how it can be foul for some people though.
I think it depends on where you are in your relationship, right?
Okay.
If we're new, that ain't a time for me to go on a solo trip, right? If we newlyweds or we don't have an established foundation. Speaking personally, now I'm gonna be real and admit my thoughts on here, okay, through my experiences instead of creating all these other earths, as my brother like to talk about all the time.
99 to be exact.
So in my experience, I realized I needed to, like, when I went to DC, I'm like, I'm going by myself, right? Because I need that. And it's because I've established so much of a foundation at home. I feel like I've earned the right to do that. Right. I've earned the right to pour into myself and really create time in a space where I can only focus on me. Like, as a man, like, even if everything is paid for, I'm still the protector. So even if I walk down the street with my kids or my wife, I'm still not walking as Lewis. Because I'm still thinking about my wife and Lewis. So I think it's important that for everyone to be able to have a sense of self. And I think having a vacation or having now I'm not going to the DR. You know what I'm saying?
What happens in the
That's
DR,
foul.
Lewis?
Chance the Rapper.
Hashtags are in DR. So my thing is you do have to be at a certain place in your relationship to where that is acceptable and considered fair.
I'm a disagree with my good brother on one little small part. I wholeheartedly agree with the logic and the foundational part. I feel like you should start the way you're going to finish. I think it can have a lot of shock value. I think, me personally, like, I went on a lot of trips when me and Britt was just together. We'll be like, hey, bros, we're going to Charlotte this weekend. Cool. And I think what it did was it set the precedence that we're always going to be an individual in this situation. But what I think was very important while we did that, it was like I was building the trust of, like, I can go do that with my bros and come right back and I ain't on no funny business. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to be real that a lot of people don't talk about, not speaking on Lewis, but I'm saying in general, that could also go the opposite way. You have all the foundation you want and you go get shocked on a trip and you realize some stuff you don't need to know and you ain't used to this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
but where you going though? Where you going where that's happening?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. And Lewis, I'm gonna be super G, bro. This is why I'm happy I did it the way I did. It ain't even about where you go. I feel like when you go on solo trips like that, you with all the thoughts that you can't really express because you not yourself in moments. So you really might not know what environment is gonna pull what out of you. I'm not going straight to cheating, but you never know. Some people start to enjoy being by themselves. Like, man, I'm just waiting to get away from everything, just be by myself. I don't even want to deal with that no more. So it ain't even about people jump to like, oh, you gonna start wild. No, some people are like, damn, I ain't gotta, you know what I mean? And I think the important part for my situation was I was going with my bros that was in relationships too. So it curated a vibe where our girls at the time, wives now, was like, oh, we about to go on our girls trip. Go. And I'm not gonna bother you because we created the individual. Like, you have to be, let me say this, man. You got to be an individual in your marriage or you will drive yourself crazy. You'll literally lose your own identity. So to me, it's fair because, like, and my brother, I got to give my big brother credit on his lows. He used to always tell me, like, hey, bro, you're going to start how you finish. And I never knew what he meant. But like all these foundational things Lewis is talking about, in my experience, like happen way before you say I do. So the way you move about things, you need to make sure you move with intention, you're being genuine, and you communicate on why you're doing it. And it was rough at first. We went through the whole thing with the family, like, why y'all going on trips? Why y'all going on separate trip? Da da da. And I on the way back home, I'm like, hey, baby, that's them, not us. Like they can feel how they feel about it. But as long as we locked in this car and we understand that you need that time to yourself and I need that time to myself, and we coming right back and getting right back to it, we straight. And now it ain't even a thing.
Wait, but hold on. Let me ask this real quick though. So
Sure.
you're talking about Keenan, like, and I like I said, I for me it's fair because I like going on solo trips, but I definitely understand how it can be found. I completely agree with what Lewis said, like everything he said. But does it make a difference, right? If it's not just a girl's trip or a guy's trip, but it's like a legitimately solo trip. Like I'm packing my suitcase and I'm taking myself, just me, and I'm going somewhere else.
It will only make me uncomfortable from a safety perspective. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less.
That's how I was taking it. That's how I took the question.
Oh, okay. So, but I'm gonna be well. I still think it's fair. But
Okay.
I still think it's fair. I just don't think that's how I would spend my trip, if that makes sense. Because even in the reason why I didn't take it like that, because even when Lewis said I'm going to DC by myself, he still was interacting with a group of people that he knew. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
but I was like,
I see.
But parts of that trip I'm isolated.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's my 50th
Right.
trip that I'm really by myself. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's the point that I'm making. Like some of that's intentional. Like, yeah, I'm coming out hanging out with y'all, but I'm actually in the hotel by myself in the room. Like, it's value to that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Those are more those types of situations for me is more of a weekend.
Gotcha.
Like I go somewhere by myself for a Saturday, come back Sunday. I'm groovy. And as a man, I'll say this, and I know I've been long-winded, forgive me. I don't think women truly understand how mentally and emotionally taxing it can be to be a true provider and protector for your family. You're never thinking about yourself. You're not. So it is truly tough to like every second of the day. Like, and I hate to say this, and maybe this is me. Like, even when your lady just call you in the middle of the day outside of the schedule, you think like, is everything cool? And then you hear like, hey, what's up? You're like, all right, bet. That small little, damn, is everything straight? She double call you. My wife double called me today about what size pull-ups, man. I almost lost my mind. I'm like, oh, I missed two of them things. But it just puts you on alert like that, though. Am I tripping? Am I tripping?
No.
Nope. You sleep differently. Like when I'm by myself, I sleep totally different.
Yep. Yeah. I didn't say my joke. Jay, what's your thoughts, bro?
I mean, honestly, I say it's fair. I'm taking my 3,500 and I'm going on a solo trip. So I'm not sure about, you know what I'm saying? So I'm Houston with it, you know what I'm saying? Miami. I'm enjoying myself, boy.
Hey, that 35 go a long way when it's just you, boy.
7 years, my boy. 7
Hey,
years.
Jay, so how was that? How was that when you used to be on the road by yourself a lot, working like that? Is that the same type vibe you got?
No, and I'll get into that for y'all. For me, that was different. Even though I was traveling all those places and I was in those, nice hotels and everything. At first, it was the excitement of, like Lewis was saying, like it's relaxing, you sleep different. But when you're used to being a family man, being around your family, those walls, if you don't find stuff to do while you're over there, it's like a prison, man. Because it's like you just going to work, coming back, just sitting in a room. And when you sit with yourself for so long, your mind is only running on what can I do for the family? How can I do this? How can I do that? But when you've never planned stuff for yourself and like really sat down with yourself, man, that stuff will mess with you. So I wasn't enjoying it as much as people, thought. I was enjoying it, the nice flights and the hotels every now and then, but it was tough for me for a very long time.
And the what, Jay? And the what?
And the 3,500.
Oh, never mind.
Oh
The
yeah,
complimentary breakfast in the morning.
Yeah,
yeah.
the complimentary. Never mind.
This dude, bro.
Come on, man.
Hey, you wildin', man.
Where
Hey,
are my
when Lewis
sisters
go like
at?
this, he's serious.
Where are my
Hey,
sisters at?
hey, come on, man.
Asia, I know you said you initially agree with it. Do you think that's something that you would implement or continue to implement in that space?
Like going on solo trips?
Yeah, like if you do them now, you know it's fair, but like once you get married, would you still continue to do that to keep your individuality in that, or do you see it? Is it dependent upon the situation and the vibe?
I'm gonna be so honest. Solo trips, as far as like truly like me just going somewhere, I don't think I would be able to do that anymore. Just because uh like for me now, I don't have to think about who's checking for me or anything like that. Like I can just go, right? But I'm also very much aware if I'm in that situation, how my partner is then like worried, and it is a safety thing, right? I am small in stature. You know what I'm saying? Like there are other things that to consider that I would also like I would take that into consideration, but y'all know I don't like now I don't stay home. Um so for me it'll be very hard to then have somebody like try to be like, "Oh, you can't go anywhere." That wouldn't work. So for me, it would be like just going somewhere, visiting my friends and everything like that. But a pure solo trip, I would slow down on that for sure.
Because are you saying because you wouldn't want to deal with like the anxiety it provokes from your partner?
Yeah, yeah. And because for me, my thing also is like, God forbid, like I am somewhere and then something truly does happen to me. I do really have to consider my partner. You know what I mean? Like right now it's
Mhm.
different. It's just me. Like it's like, yeah, if I do this, this is like it's on me. Like people would be sad or whatever. But to have somebody that's my partner, I really do have to take that into consideration. So I wouldn't like go somewhere by myself unless it was like a we had that conversation.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be real, man. Um, Appreciate everybody tapping in, man. Make sure you like this video for the algorithm, man. Make sure you subscribe to the page. Appreciate y'all tapping in. I think the closest solo trip, it will look very similar to what Lewis explained. I would go probably stay by myself, but still interact with my people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like and now that I'm reflecting on it, like I don't want to sound crazy. People that's dads and husbands and professionals understand. When you in those spaces, you enjoy the smallest things, man. You probably get up 5 in the morning just because you ain't got to deal with nothing. Go
Yep.
work out, go grab some breakfast, take a nap. You done did all that, and it's 9 o'clock. And you're like, oh shoot, like what we on? You know what I'm saying? It's like me personally, I didn't really understand what it meant, what it really meant to be tapped out. And tapped out for me isn't really like my emotional and mental exhaustion from my concern around my family. And I don't want people to think I'm saying you just, oh my God, my family. Nah, like it requires a certain level of you to make sure that they're good. Especially, I have small kids, they're needy right now. You know what I mean? But I think my solo trip will probably mirror what Lewis said. I would probably live in my own space, but still tap in with my folks. I'm too social for that. I'm too social for that. And like, nah, that's not me.
Mm.
I mess around, be on FaceTime with y'all, and I'm by myself. Come on, man. Nah, I'm too social for that. People know me. I'm the definition of an extrovert. I ain't no introvert at all.
That is true.
Yeah. Hey, but any more thoughts on the fair foul?
Nope.
Hey, man. Look, y'all, appreciate everybody tapping in tonight, man. This has been another episode of the Monday Night Crew. So make sure if you're not, you subscribe to the page. Please like this video. And also hit that bell notification, getting all content coming to the page, whether it be Monday Night Crew, Last Name Loyalty, The Kickback by MVW, or Traffic Jam. So make sure y'all tap in, man. It's your boy K. Mims. We got the lady of the show, Asia. We got my bros, DJ J Dub and Louis B. Appreciate y'all tapping in for us. We are the Monday Night Crew, and we are out.